systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Welcome back to another stream, back in the coldest state on earth, Florida. It's really crazy that I'm actually happy I left the state this week, because when I left Monday morning, it was like 39 degrees when I woke up at 5 a.m. And then I got back and it's still like 50 degrees. I live pretty south and this is kind of pathetic. Thankfully, Arizona was beautiful this past week. I had a great time out there for 3 days almost. I made it back in one piece and I decided to come back Wednesday night. I talked to JetBlue. My flight was originally scheduled for today at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. I was like, if I do that, I'm not going to get to my house till like 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Wouldn't have been able to do this stream until later tonight. And I was like, I got nothing to do. Like, I'm just going to see if they can refund me. Shout out JetBlue. You made up for kind of wrecking my one hat by letting me refund and rebook the flight for last night. So I took a red eye out of Phoenix back to Fort Lauderdale and slept all day. So might have a few questions about the round. If I know the guy, what did he do at hole 4 midday? Might have missed that, but got a pretty good grasp of the round. Watched a lot of it today, and yeah, happy to be back. In hopefully it warms up because I'll say it right now, I am a bitch when it comes to weather. I need the warmth, and I will be the first one to admit it. But yeah, let's talk golf. Let's bring the screen up, see who did what today, and let's get the claps going for our guy, Matt Fitzpatrick. He is there at the top, got to 8 along with Chris Gotterup, and then he made 2 bogeys coming in. But nonetheless, great round, great start for a few of you and for me as well. And shout out Chris Gotterup, like a true friend of the program. Had a conversation with him yesterday. He was in good spirits, and I noted that he's going to be all or nothing. Like Chris Gotterup is going to do something like this or do like the opposite tomorrow. Not saying that he would be, but he's a high risk, high reward play, and he came in higher owned than I thought he would in the week long for sure. So like truly, like he is so high variance and he's so full send off the tee that if it just goes a little south, a little left, a little right, he could be in trouble. But clearly it worked out today in some of the finer weather, I guess you could say. And we'll talk weather in a little bit once we get there. But great round from Chris Gotterup. What I want to do now is sort and look through these guys at the top, because I really do think, and I noted this as one of my key highlights to the course and to the week, you can lose this tournament around the green. You can hit the ball as well as you want. You can lose it around the green. Apparently, Scotty had a few flubs today. We saw what Victor did all day today. And I was not high, but I was excited for what Victor could have done this week because he had that good around the green play coming in. I was okay with what I saw. But that's kind of got what got me off of him in terms of like the outright market. He still had a great round today, and he end up being a great play. But he nearly chipped himself out of this. He had a few nice sand saves, but he had some mistakes. And when I saw him flip the chip, I'm like, yeah, the around the green game is real. I round TPC Scottsdale. It can lose you the tournament. So off the top, we know Fitzy is a great chipper. Chris Gotterup has proven to be a really nice chipper and getting it up and down. This guy worries me. And this is the reason. One, I didn't see him over the week when I was there. But 2, I didn't want to play him because usually his around the green game scares me. Now, he had a great day today, gained a full stroke around the green. I'm not sure how much this can hold up from Thorbjornsen, and I really do think it's going to be important because what the forecast has been showing was really not difficult, but tougher on Thursday, Friday, and then easier once come the weekend. So just hang on and then go. If Thorbs can hang on, should be in for a nice little weekend. Nikolai, a true, another all or nothing guy, high risk, high reward, but sometimes could be a liability around the green. Was in the green today, fine, great ball strike, 5th off the tee, 4th on approach. That'll do it for Nikolai, and he still lost strokes putting. Could be a nice play tomorrow, which we'll get to. Cootie, Pearson Cootie, he absolutely was a guy who was grinding the around the green over the weekend or over the week. He was really practicing from difficult spots, and I mean, what he's doing recently, the dude is playing some nice golf, and like, more power to you, Pearson Cootie. I'm happy to see it coming through, and I saw some nice prep from him this week. Sam Stevens, I couldn't get to him, but shout out Adam Kirk for his one bet of the week. Not going to say anything, but Sam Stevens looks really solid, hitting it straight and hitting his irons well as well. Before we go any further, I want to talk a little bit about the Boots Bullets. I want to talk about just some of the stuff in the Discord. So I'll bring the screen away. And I saw a lot of people like hyping up the Boots. I mean, I'm so happy. I saw a lot of people being like, tough report on this guy. Like I said from the beginning, do not take everything I see as gospel, as going to happen. It's not, for example, we don't look at a guy's course history and it's great, and then he has a bad week, and we like say, what the hell, this course history must have been wrong. Or look at his approach, and then he has a bad approach week. What the hell, this guy's approach, it said he was all green for 5 straight weeks. It's just another piece of data. So use what I see, use the stats, use the course history as data. It's never going to all line up. It's never going to all be right. We'll get some things right. We'll get some things wrong. So, but nonetheless, it seemed to be great first week impressions. And with that being said, I think I said it the other day, the Waste is my least favorite tournament to Boots. It is, as you guys know, so busy, hard to move around. The Pro-Ams suck. These next 2 weeks are going to be awesome. So I know I teased it a little bit, but we'll be at Pebble Beach. We'll be at Riviera. And I think those two are super private. I don't know how many practice round tickets they are allowed to give out. So I'm going to be one of the only ones out there. And look in the chat. I posted it. Free week if you want to try it. Free week if you want to try it. Definitely go in the top of the chat, copy paste, 10 and then 10% off lifetime. Help me help you. Let's get into the next topic that we want to talk about, and that is the wave scoring. What we saw today, we saw some interesting things, and might not have been what we thought. I did note that I didn't think there was going to be enough of a split for me to go anywhere with the weather. I didn't say stack all AM. I didn't say stack all PM. If you were to have taken that contrarian route, which I'm not sure if Tambo might have said it, but I saw some people in the chat or in the Discord talking about it. Like, okay, the AM says it's going to be difficult. It's weather. It can change in a second. Why not stack the AM a little bit? If you were to have done that, you could have been in for a nice little round. The AM played a half stroke easier. Honestly, as the day was going on, I thought the AM was going to play like more easier than it turned out to be. Nonetheless, it's played about a half stroke easier. Looking at it tomorrow, I'm not sure how much of that we see, because it looks like it's going to be almost identical the entire day. With that being said, in golf, it usually plays a little bit easier in the morning, like always. It just always does. So yeah, if you want to stack some guys in the morning, I'm probably not going to. Maybe people are going to just go all morning, and then we're going to go with more of a split, more of a balanced build, or maybe a 4-2 PM. I probably wouldn't do that, because usually it does play a little bit easier in the morning, no matter what. So if I have to pick one, have to pick an edge, I would go to the AM. But I don't think I'm gonna go anything specific with this weather. It's just like too unpredictable for me to go like, okay, you need to play that. If you want to throw in a few lineups and just get super different, like I think it's really good to get super different in these regards. Just stack all the PM, because it's like you want that high variance. You want to either finish. That's kind of how I look at it in DFS. I kind of want to finish first, or I kind of want to finish last. So, like I look at it kind of like outright sometimes. Stack that full PM if you really want to just have that high variance. If it turns out to work in your favor, you got some bullets in the tank that could finish top 5 with ease. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing yet, but I just don't think there's too much of an edge for me to be like, all right, I'm going to go with this split. I'm kind of just looking at it right now. I'm just going to play my guys. I'm going to look at the stats, and I'm going to play who I want to play. If you want the final answer on what I'm going to do, head to the site. Like I said, you can try it for a week. If you try today, you'll get Boots Bullets all for free. So head to that coupon code, copy and paste. It's in the chat right now. What was I going to talk about next? Okay, stats. I want to talk about some of the stats and see what stats led to success. So see if, oh, sorry, the screen's not pulled up. See how we're sorting right now by approach. And you could say, I think it's like, I'm not gonna count every name, but it's about the top 12 names here or 13 names here are a lot of the names inside the top 13. So you're seeing how this strokes gain approach is leading to success on the leaderboard. Now, it's easy to sort by approach and be like, all right, these guys who are hitting the ball well are going to play well tomorrow. I think there's a little bit more to it than that, because as you guys saw from the saw from the broadcast today, as you guys may have saw from the notes that I put it out on Tuesday and Wednesday, the rough is thick. The rough is penal. It's some of the most penal TPC Scottsdale rough I can remember, honestly. So with that being said, you need to be in play, be in the fairway to set up the approach. So I don't think you should just necessarily sort by approach. I think you should find the guys who are hitting the irons well and who are hitting fairways. You can't be bombing it all over the place. That's why perfect example is Chris Gotterup. Like Chris Gotterup today, let's look at his stat profile all the way through. He was shot 8 under, obviously, really solid approach, but he didn't necessarily go with the full nuke strategy. He did go with the full nuke strategy and he did it well. So he was 6th in driving distance and he still hit enough fairways. If this was 6th and then T90, he's not shooting. He's not gaining 3.5 strokes on approach. He's just not. So if Chris Gotterup is hitting, say he hits 7 fairways, if he's hitting 4 or 5, he might shoot 1 under, 2 under. Truthfully, the margins are so small, and he had a great driving accuracy day. Hitting 7 out of 14 fairways after being 6th in the field in distance is phenomenal stuff. He knows what the importance is, and I said that on whatever day, Tuesday. He's going with the all or nothing approach. He's going to either hit fairways or he's not. Do I want to trust him to hit fairways under the gun with the lead for 4 days? Probably not, playing with Scotty Scheffler. But, I mean, more power to you, Chris Gotterup. You beat Scotty Scheffler by 10 shots today. Cole, do you hear that? Chris Gotterup beat Scotty Scheffler by 10 shots today. Wrap that around your head. I had to tell my friend. That's insane stuff. 10 shots today. And also look at my retweet and comment on it. Can Chris Gotterup become the number 1 player in the world? One of these days, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I would be so happy. I've been a Gotterup fan for a long, long time. Okay, so short game. Sorry. Driving accuracy to set up the approach. Let's talk some contest selection. I honestly haven't even looked at any of the contests, so we're going to do this together as a team. Let me just pull up the screen first because this is lack of preparation. I didn't have it pulled up, but I got it pulled up right now. All right, here we go. Contest selection for tomorrow. Let's see what we got. This $5 $150, I believe. Yeah, $5 $150. I don't like that. A fifth of that goes to the. Yep, that's not a good contest. What else do we got? This is probably the $10 18 max. $10 18 max. This is the best contest for tomorrow. If you want to spend $180, get into that. That's a no-brainer. What do we got here? We got $20. I like this $20 5 max. This is also a really good contest. Really, really good contest. It pays out. This is the one I'm going to be in tomorrow probably. The $20 5 max. I like this for a week long as well. So this is probably the one that I'm going to go with for tomorrow, that $20 5 max. And then there's some other nice single entries as well. So you guys know the deal. Like showdown projections will be locked and loaded into the site sooner than later. Wait, is it up already? No, this was this was yesterday's showdown projections. Tomorrow's showdown projections will be up on the site, as well as the stone will be up on the site very, very soon. Like I said, it's in the comments. Go try it all out for free. You're going to get next week for free as well. I don't know how long that's going to exist, but maybe all year, hopefully, but you can only use it once, and you're getting boots. You're getting boots next week, and guarantee that. This stone, which I wanted to note about the stone, I want you guys to look for, once it comes out, the tap delta on one specific guy, and that is Corey Connors. Corey Connors shot 1 over today, and he lost about a stroke on approach. So Corey Connors, T26 in driving accuracy, 21st off the tee, lost a stroke on approach. We know he's generally not that bad on approach. Corey Connors is a great iron player usually. I want to see his true approach delta. I want to see his true approach number. And what that is, if you don't know, is it takes away 2 or 3 worst iron shots of the day. Could have been a water ball, could have been a really outlier shot. And I think it's a better way to look at approach in terms of just looking at the regular number, because everyone's looking at the number. It just gets you a little bit different. So definitely look at his strokes gain approach. And like I said, join us. You can get the optimizer. You can get all access, and you can do that with this is the best deal. SaberSim, all access, boots, the code, copy and paste it, or use code boots. Help me help you. I think it's time to tell you the one player that I am on. One player that I'm on, and then I'll go through a few other players that I think can have potential background. But here's one guy that I'm on, and I'm already on him in week long. I don't usually always like to do this, but it is a guy by the name of Max Homa, T27 through round. Actually, I don't even know if round 1's done. It's definitely not. So he's around T27, 200 today, 69. But what I like with Max is it's there, guys. It's there. It's all around par. I guess you could say around par, around average for all the strokes gain stats. And he's due to pop in one of these regards. For a single round, it could be any stack and pop for a single round, and you can shoot at 65. Max Homa is finding it. Max Homa looks the part, and Smiley said on the broadcast, his team seems to be really happy with what he's doing coming in. What he's doing. Oh, round 1 is suspended due to prep. What he's doing coming in. I like what I see. I do think he's so due for a pop. He played in that difficult. He shot 2 under in when the score was playing a little bit over par. That's a solid round, no matter what. So, Max Homa is one guy I am on, and you will see who I am on in a little bit. You can see the slate plan. Obviously, it's not complete yet, but get to the site, and you can see all the guys I'm on. You'll have the core, you'll have the tier rankings, and a little bit of a report, basically what I said in the pod today. So, like I said, code boots, it's there. I'm gonna keep saying it. But 2 guys that I also like that I'm not necessarily on, but that kind of caught my eye in terms of the stats that I was looking for. Austin Eckroat shot 3 over today in the PM difficult conditions. But look at this from Austin Eckroat. He's T11 in driving accuracy, hit 10 out of 14 fairways, and he lost almost 2 strokes on approach. If you're hitting that many fairways, you're going to give yourself so many opportunities. I saw solid things from Eckroat this week, and I'm not willing to give up on him after a bad day in some tougher conditions. If he keeps hitting fairways, he can have that solid round, as well as Brian Harman. Brian Harman also shot 74 today, 3 over. But look at the driving accuracy. Same exact thing. T11. I'm going to say the same thing. Lost a stroke on approach. Brian Harman and Austin Eckroat are not always bad approach players. They can easily figure it out in one round on the range. So those are 2 guys that I also like and fit. That's the mold I'm looking for. Look for the guys who have the driving accuracy and are generally decent approach players. They don't have to all show it in one round. Like, you can lose 2 strokes on approach in one round and bounce back for 2 tomorrow. But find guys who have that nice driving accuracy who can set up nice approach for tomorrow. Let's see what some of these questions say. Gearing up for this. Appreciate the kind words. Fitz is special. Oh, you see the hoodie? You see the hoodie? No, I do have a different one though. I do have a different one. Thanks. Went through this. This is an interesting question. I think this is a really interesting question. And I think there's multiple ways to look at it. Obviously, the back 9 has the scoreable, is the scoreable 9. You have the 2 par 5s in the back 9. You have 16, which is objectively an easy hole. And if you are out there early in the morning, you're going to play it when the people aren't out there. And then you have 17, which is a drivable par 4. Starting, I think every player is different, truthfully. Like some guys like getting off to a hot start. Maybe some guys like getting into the round and then playing it after. I would say I would like to play the back 9 earlier in the day, if that makes any difference. So maybe look at those stats, or look guys who are playing the back 9 earlier in the day, maybe a small edge there. Yeah, there's not really much types of birdie streaks coming around the turn, like you guys said. Thoughts on Sam Burns? Let's look at Sam Burns, because I had Sam Burns as well. I'll pull up my screen and we'll get some Sam Burns talk in here. I saw someone in the Discord saying his putter was off. I was sleeping. I took a nap today. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, Sam Burns hit the ball well. Like, this is what I saw from him on the grounds. He was striping, like solid approach, solid off the tee. Maybe I wish he would have hit a little bit more fairways, but nonetheless, like, he hit enough fairways. He hit it long enough. This is not like Sam Burns. This is, if you would have told me Sam Burns did this today, I would have been like, all right, that checks out with what I saw tee to green. He's usually not that bad of a putter. He's great on these surfaces. I like a bounce back from Sam Burns tomorrow for sure. Shout out New Jersey. Where are you from? Are you from Manasquan? Are you from Fairhaven? I'm from Toms River. Is this a fact? Dahmen hit 14 fairways today. Let me see. If Dahmen hit 14 fairways, what did he shoot? Like even par? Even par. This is an interesting bounce back then. Yeah, he had to first off the tee, just minting fairways. Yeah, if he hits 14 fairways again tomorrow and shoots even par, remove my credential. So yeah, that about does it. I talked about weather earlier in the pod, so go back. I see that weather question. Yeah, that, like I said, go to the site. All the stuff will be up there. In a few hours, I'm gonna get to the slate plan probably in the next hour or so. But yeah, that about does it. The song of the day for today is Here to Bleed by 0936. Check it out. Give me your honest opinion. And we'll be back tomorrow with more Showdown content. And as always, ship it.